Does your furry friend take over your bed every night? It's time to reclaim your space while giving them the comfort they deserve with the coldest, cozy dog bed. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description to buy now on Amazon.
Governor Josh Shapiro is on the shortlist of vice presidential picks for VP Kamala Harris, the presumptive Democratic presidential nominee, but not everyone thinks he is right for the job. Shapiro stepped into the Pennsylvania governor's mansion in 2023 after serving in several state leadership positions for over 2 decades, beating his Republican opponent by a large margin. Now the 51-year-old has been named as a top vice presidential possibility for Harris, who secured the necessary support to be named the Democratic nominee for the 2024 presidential election just days after President Joe Biden made the shocking announcement that he was dropping out of the race on Sunday. But despite Shapiro's long record championing traditionally Democratic initiatives throughout his time in office, some members of his own party have publicly called the governor unfit for the second highest position in the country. The controversy kicked off on Tuesday when State Treasurer nominee Erin McClelland shared a post on the social media platform X accusing the governor of sexism and implying that he could not effectively work for a higher-ranking woman. "I want a VP pick that's secure enough to be second under a woman, is content to be VP, won't undermine the president to maneuver his own election, doesn't sweep sexual harassment under the rug," McClelland wrote. The Philadelphia Inquirer and several other news outlets have surmised that McClelland was referring to the sexual harassment scandal of Shapiro's Legislative Affairs Secretary that made headlines last year. Shapiro's longtime legislative aide, Mike Vereb, was accused by a female staffer of making lewd comments and unwanted sexual advances that created a hostile working environment last summer. The accuser claimed that when she complained about the situation to Vereb's superiors, he retaliated against her, leading to her resignation just 2 months after taking the job, according to legal documents reviewed by the Inquirer. Vereb was only disciplined after the accuser left her position and filed an official complaint with the State Office of Equal Employment Opportunity and the Independent Human Relations Commission, the records revealed. After the state investigation, the governor's office signed a $295,000 settlement agreement on September 5 to quietly end the inquiry, without including any formal admission of guilt or wrongdoing on the parts of Vereb or Shapiro's office. But Vereb did not resign from his position until almost a month later, when he made an abrupt announcement on September 27 without additional explanation. A Shapiro spokesperson said in a statement that the terms of the settlement prevented the administration from commenting further on the case. The governor's office publicly addressed Vereb's departure a couple weeks later, but refused to provide additional details about the case due to legal restrictions. Shapiro said his administration had conducted an investigation that was rigorous, confidential and grounded in integrity in an October 5 news conference. Shapiro's press secretary, Manuel Bonder, later reinforced the governor's comments in a public statement on October 20. Complainants and defendants often settle litigation for reasons not related to the validity of the underlying facts and claims, Bonder said. Cases frequently settle solely so that parties can avoid the tremendous expense of litigation, including the time, resources, and costs to litigate a case for a protracted period, he said. Parties on both sides of the case signed non-disclosure agreements as part of the settlement, a common legal step that prevents both the governor's office and the accuser from making additional public statements regarding the investigation. And attempted assassination of a former U.S. president, the standing down of a current president, and a political speech by a former wrestler. Senior news reporter Anthony Blair looks back on a crazy 10 days in American politics. Our channel does not reveal the names of potential victims of crimes of this nature. Representatives for Governor Shapiro did not immediately respond to a request for comment by our channel. Although the Democratic candidate for treasurer did not call out Shapiro by name, McClelland later confirmed that she was referring to the governor in an interview with the New York Post. "If I were in Harris's situation,